Map ban. Let's see which map we're going to be playing on in this series. And 7 down, or 6 down, 1 to go. Cafe Dostoyevsky.
Oh,
This is, you're taking NaVi to Cafe. Usually a map they're very comfortable on. This is.
Have you noticed I started doing this? And I was like, oh, yeah.
So now he's going more aggro, I would say, with that kind of operator pick. So that's really cool. Oh my God. Hello? I mean, I get it. Visualize, he's nearby, but you don't think he's that nearby.
Norengo and APAC are the slowest team. It always comes down to about 60 seconds left before they start getting the vertical angles. NaVi have basically started at exactly the same time. They are down a man, potentially down a second, as good timing coming out of Kendry to swing on there and hopefully save his teammate. But BDS is here to strike big, and hopefully this should be Joe going down as well. But imagine if you push at the perfect time here. He isn't going to, but guess who is? It's SiegeGG. A double kill coming through elsewhere, turns it into a triple in this round. A 4 versus 1 for Blur. And sadly, nothing else to be found here. That's the SiegeGG of old that we remember. Starts out on the top floor, gets back down later on, and just destroys the entire enemy team. Great first round out of BDS.
But no one's destroyed the shield yet. Can Doki knock an Ash breaching charge through there? I wonder what's stopping this.
Either way, can't get it through as they're running out of utility pretty fastly and running out of team members' lives, apparently. Breeder and Shira bringing down 2. One more doned up as well by SiegeGG. I was going to say that, look, 3k coming in, but it turns out to just be a second as Alem collects Doki to close the round out. And it almost feels, this doesn't feel like a cafe game, right? And I completely appreciate the lineup coming out of BDS.
He'll pop it with his melee about 11 times, leave it as a 1-hit, and if they need to come bursting through, that's exactly what they'll do.
If it comes down to it. It's interesting seeing SiegeGG being the site player as well on the Vigil. Like, yes, it helps you hold those more aggressive angles out towards the windows where you can't be thrown out or yellow pinged easily as no one can see you. Doki's going to find a 3rd kill. Now you've got to deal with the final boss. It's Renshiro, it's SiegeGG. 2 of the best players for BDS when it comes down to stats. But look at that. They burst into sight and no one can deal with the angles they're coming in from. That's a flawless round coming out for NaVi. What a contrast we saw compared to the previous 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Look. He will catch him. He will catch him. There we go.
That
Down he goes. It's Doki. Goodbye.
That's dirty. I mean, you expect SiegeGG out of all people. See? Wow. I agree, Doki. That was a wow. I wonder how Alem's got lit. Might have been from the vertical there, and here goes the player. Can they get this down? Surely this goes down.
Surely, unless there's a C4 or something else that comes flying through, they might try and Pokeball him here to deny it, but I think they're not going to bother. They won't have enough time. There he goes now. Finally, he goes down. SiegeGG from the cross angle, saves inside a coat, will spray down, and SiegeGG has been put on the ground. The 11 on the smoke is one you don't really think about. Either way, it's the spot they're in. Down he goes. Blur finds his 2nd. Saves, converting with a couple more towards the end after the one that was down. SiegeGG is finished off. A good round from NaVi, and I did clock, actually. Kendry moved over to playing the Maverick rather than being on the Ace like he was previously.
No grenades left. At least in Blur's hands, so he's not going to be able to do anything. SiegeGG decides to do a little jiggle peek to see if anyone's there, but Blur's right behind the couch. No vision optional there, and the plant does go down. Blur gets a really important kill there. Now the cover can come out, surely.
And the rip pick comes up as well as Kendry once again has completed his 2nd plant of the game. Got away with it, and that's inside a bar onto the player playing up inside of the skylight. Blur finds a 2nd inside of storage. Will finally get to, in fact, no, I lied. Found one inside of storage, but then also killed another inside of storage. Kendry gets to ensure at the bitter end of things, and NaVi once again, once they get into this post plant, look phenomenal.
Do they have any smokes left? Can I get an extended view there of the smoke? None left. There you go. So Kendry, if he does go for the defuse, will actually stay alive, but they pass it off to Joe, who has more HP. Smart move, boys. Here we go.
You definitely can't put a 1 HP player in the plant spot. He needs to be holding on up above. And then with the shotgun out, we'll find one. SiegeGG collects Joe as well. The player we just spoke about, ironically, a second ago being at full HP. Very quickly gone to 0. Great timing from SiegeGG to catch Kendra on the drop. Blur is all by himself. He hasn't played too badly himself, but even he can't pull off a 1 versus 4 with 4 seconds still on the clock. That will bring things up to 3 apiece in this first half. A good performance by both sides. So I'd still say the fact that NaVi got 3 rounds was pretty impressive, given what they came up against. But here we find ourselves with a frost. So this game is, we're entering the realm of crazy right now, and guess what? It's going to be Doki going down.
Wow.
Actually, SiegeGG does at the same time, trying to finish him off, but can't quite connect the damage, it seems. Maybe he's already got himself a bit too far back. And look at this, Blur lurking outside. Can he get around and find one here? Yes, he can. That's the kind of jump out we love to see. Taking some lessons from Joe, I see. And that's Alem going down. They will be able to get Doki back up. That's 2 kills, and SiegeGG is still down on the ground. A bit far for that one, mate. It's just to your left. Just pop him in the head. There we go, Doki. He knows where he is. Easy peasy. 4 versus 2 for NaVi.
Oh, what a change of events here for NaVi. They're going to walk away ahead here in the second half. I don't think Bride, even though he has been a clutch master before, can do it. Have I cursed it the opposite way, though? He'll get a double kill, both headshots as well.
Bride's got to make a move right now. Tries to go for the swing round onto front desk. Knows that there's one on the stairs. I think hears him. Knows one's inside here. Gets the one. It's a triple kill. But I think already the Doki has legged it. He wants no part of this. He's going all the way up red stairs. The little man's done for today. Doesn't want to take a final fight against the big bad bully that is Bride.
They do not have enough time for this. They're going to have to collapse on side Vitality style. And Joe's there with the Elder. I can't do the sound, but you could do it later for me. And it looks like they're just going to have to zoom on in. Alemzo, he's trying to reload. He's trying to challenge. He's trying to create a Bride situation here for the clutch, but no way, Jose. They shut him down. NaVi squarely in the lead right at the moment. And how does that Elder go, Des? Yeah, you've done really well so far. One more round and you secure yourself at least 1 point. And well, with shots like that, you might secure yourself 3.
Charging inside of the building through that hatch and still had no idea that Blur was playing on stage and he gets a free kill for it. And now Shaiko, having been the one to trade that kill back onto Blur, gets taken out by Doki. If they'd got a couple of drones inside Piano, I think they would have seen where Blur was and known that trying to hot drop in like that was not the plan again. Where are the drones? You must know they are sat inside the bar. That's 2 kills this round. We can put down to NaVi, denying information away and capitalizing on it against BDS. Really well played.
2 things I want to point out here. As I say, good night to saves, and he drops to his grave. So Shaiko, his hit numbers this game, whether they win or lose, he'll probably still say number 1.
Oh, Joe sets out and goes, I'm challenging for that top spot, baby. Brings down 11, and guess what? There's only one left. His name is Rafal. He's got to try and get a couple of kills. Knows he's not going to have a chance to get them. This is easy as pie, and away they go. NaVi take round number 9. It's 6-3.
This is match point. NaVi are making it so difficult for them. Do they get onto side? Do they show that BDS is the team that's number 1? Yes, they do.
Mayhem to find the kills as well. Shaiko springing out and finding one. Doki will trade back as he comes down red stairs. Oh my god, he's found 2 for himself. Is it the time? The player that had the second worst rating for NaVi in their last stage finds a triple. Doki, 1 more to go and a defuse to come through, and you're against Bride, the clutch god of last season, one of the best players we saw in the early stages of stage 1 for BDS. Tries to go for the fight, but Bride says, haha, remember those days? I definitely haven't forgot them either. BDS take a round, but it's still match point to NaVi.
Shaiko's got to hit this shot, or the Maestro doesn't need to peek. It is Joe, so I do expect him to swing on around and have a little firefight if he wants. Those extra 7, 8 bullets are very important because guess what? You got to hit the head of Rafal. Can you hit the head of Shaiko as well? Shaiko will swing in, and guess what? Joe's just the better player here. But the trades are coming in. Des, the plant will go down. C4 raids up from Doki. That's probably what will give them the round here because it's all up to Bride. 4 seconds left, not enough time.
Wow.
This is it. This is NaVi's game. Giant slayers that they are. They will take down BDS in the first loss of stage 2 here for BDS. NaVi will be the ones.
That was an incredible map by NaVi, and for the longest time, BDS have always been hyped up as a big cafe team. Not strictly their favourite map, but they play very well on it. I remember watching them against Fours back at the start of the year and thinking they look a little bit shaky on attack. And even here today, NaVi have really rattled the cage that can take...
Hello.
Good evening, Doki. You came massive again. I know. We have tried to never use that, but I gotta do it in this case. Credit where credit's due. Even Des was saying it. You guys did it proud today, pushing yourselves more into the clear. Now, a few questions that jump to mind specifically about the team as a whole first, and then about you. How have things been in terms of roster and role changes for the team? Because I think it was very obvious to see that sort of thing, even from our point of view, observing things.
Well, first of all, hello. It's been a while since we've had an interview.
Yeah,
a couple of months probably. So it's good to be back, first of all. Now the role changes and the whole roster swap. So we noticed when we got Joe and Byron in, Blur, that we had a very aggressive lineup. I would say probably the most aggressive in the whole of EUL. And obviously I'm a bit biased, but I think that we have the best gun skill as well. So we kind of tried to use that by playing everybody on these aggressive roles and just trying to kind of, win the gunfights. But it didn't really work. Joe is a very young player, and he's probably going to hate me for saying this, but he's also very naive. So we had to put him more onto a kind of support role to use his gun skill better. And what we're doing now, you see Joe and Maestro and all that, and he's popping off like every round. He's playing great on the defense. So I think now the role changes are working very well. But when we started playing in the season, we went in a little bit naive and wasn't so ready.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you come in as fresh talent, you don't really have much experience. You have to let people guide you through it, right? You guys are the experienced players, the veterans. But how has this affected your role and performance on the team?
Well, now I'm in much more happier spot. I'm playing more like, SiegeGG.
Yeah, I guess.
But at the beginning, I was playing a lot of, Hibana, Nomad, Maestro, Goyo. And although I think I'm good at these roles and I can definitely excel on these roles, it wasn't right for the team because there were some plays that I couldn't make and there were some plays that I couldn't do on Maestro. Like I'm not the best Maestro player. I can't sit still, I'm shaking all the time. So I can't really do that. And we accommodated some roles to swap about. Saves is more comfy, Blur is more comfy, I'm more comfy. So I think it's just a healthier environment we're in right now.
Yeah, and it takes time to find the right spot, right?
It wasn't necessarily like just me or Joe, for example. It was a whole team thing. So it's definitely working.
Good to know, but did it feel daunting knowing that you have to face off against BDS coming into this game?
No, actually, because I think we play better when the odds are against us.
Fair
so,
enough.
like, nobody wanted us to win this game. Nobody wanted us to win the secret game. We probably somewhere in the back of our heads thought, oh, we're probably not going to win this game. There's a mental thing that attacks you, and I know we can win it, and then we showed today, that we can win it. So.
And finally, I mean, you guys, this is something that my wonderful analysts were talking about, actually, specifically Dev James, and he's mentioning, you guys ran Malusi, Mute, Mozzie, Vigil. You kind of switch between them depending on what formation you wanted. And really, beyond the NaVi skin, obviously, for Mozzie, making money, every time you say that, you get an extra bit in the bank, right? What's the real driver behind these in-between round changes?
So Blur doesn't like Malusi, he likes Mozzie better because he has a 1.5. Saves, we says saves. We need you to take a shield operator. And Saves is like, yeah, okay, I'm thinking Goyo, maybe even Alibi. I'm like, yeah, Saves, you can play in these ups, and he locks in Frost. I'm like, what? Why are you playing Frost? Like, why are you playing Frost? And he's like, it has a 1.5x and a good gun and a shield. I'm like, you know what? Fair enough, mate. Like, go for it. It's